Today we're going to talk about some circular saw safety. Welcome to my garage, my little workshop here. What I want to do is cut this piece of plywood. I got some other materials over here that I want to show you in a second as well. The first thing we got to do is set up the circular saw. The circular saw is used to make straight cuts. Okay, so you always want to keep it in a straight cutting line. If it gets outside that cutting line, it's going to grab onto the edge of the material and it's going to kind of kick on you. Okay, so you always want to keep it as straight as you possibly can. Best way to do that is to keep both your hands on the saw and then follow the guideline. Okay, so it's good to have a line drawn for you, or another good idea is to use some sort of a fence. This can be a nice straight piece of material, piece of scrap material, and you can always clamp it down. Okay, so let me just set up a little fence here and I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so I'm going to clamp this piece of material right to my plywood. There we go. And then I also need to make sure that the material itself isn't going to slide around on me. So again, the best way to do that is probably use some clamps, or if you're in the school shop and the piece is small enough, you could use the vise. And if you're using like sawhorses, you could have someone help hold the material, as long as they're at least 4 inches away from the material. Okay, so the same thing applies to you. You should keep your hands at least 4 inches away from the cutting action of the saw, and that's real easy to do when both of your hands are on the saw. So there's a handle up front, there's also a handle here with the trigger. Okay, so you need to be able to press the trigger and cut through your material. Now I need to adjust the depth of cut on this. Okay, so it's unplugged. If I take this lever here and move my guard up, it's spring loaded. Okay, so when I let go, it just snaps back into place. So I need to retract my guard. I'm going to lay it on my material, and now I want to see how far the blade sticks below the material. Okay, so right now you can see this kind of bluish green edge is my material, and right now it's sticking, the blade is sticking down past the material a good 1.5 to 2 inches. So what I need to do is take this lever right here. Okay, so I'm going to pull this up, and now my base can stay still and my saw can move up and down. So I'll retract the guard again, I'll bring it up until about 1 tooth is sticking out past the material. Okay, so you see this? There's about 1 sawtooth that's sticking past the material, which is about 1/4 inch or so. So once it's in that position, now I can go back and lock that base in place again, and now my depth of cut is set. So it's not going to have too much exposed blade underneath the material as I'm cutting. Okay, so now my circular saw is all set. So since my circular saw is all set, I'm going to go ahead and plug it in. It's secured down to the table, it's not going to move on me, so I can use both hands on my saw. You got to be careful of where the cord is dangling as well. You don't want to cut into the cord. Okay, so now I can hold it flat on my plywood, and I can hold the base here up against my little fence that I made. Okay, so I'm just going to cut right through this material nice and straight. And then we keep going all the way through. When we think we're done with the cut, you're probably not. So you just cut all the way through until that piece of material drops. Okay, so I just made a nice straight cut with my circular saw. Okay, so everything is positioned nice here. Now, what do we do if we're using sawhorses? Okay, so in this case, I've got a really long piece of material and I've got 2 sawhorses. So we need to think about this. How are we going to position our material on our 2 sawhorses in order to not create a problem for ourselves? So first thing I want to do is unplug my circular saw. I can show you what's happening here. Okay, of course I'd probably have to reset my depth of cut. I'd have to go a little bit deeper. I'm not actually going to cut through this one because it's a nice piece of material and I don't want to waste it. Okay, so what's going to happen if I go ahead and cut right now? Okay, I can clamp this down, make sure it's not going to move on me, but if I was to cut right here, the tendency is for the two pieces to kind of both drop down and kind of pinch on the blade. That's not good. Okay, so what we need to do is think about this, okay? If I want to cut right in the center of this board, probably the best thing for me to do is adjust where that cut is going to be. Clamp it down, okay? So right here is my cut. So I can clamp it on both sides, and now when I cut right here, the board can fall freely, while the other one here stays tight to my sawhorses. Okay, so whenever you're cutting with sawhorses, you don't want to cut in between the two sawhorses. You always want to cut to the outside of them, that way the material can fall off freely. Sometimes when you're cutting a piece of stock right on the end, that little piece of scrap gets lodged up between the blade and the guard. If that happens, best thing to do is unplug it and take another tool or a push stick to dislodge it. Okay, so that's our circular saw. Pretty simple tool, very common, very easy to use. We can cut through a lot of materials with it. You just got to be a little careful.